Well, good morning from Flagstaff, Arizona. Leaving my Hampton Inn and Suites and headed east on I-40. A long day of driving today. I need to get about 800 miles in me in order to put me within striking distance of where I need to be on Wednesday. So button up, strap in, long drive. Well, as you can see, I am in a hoodie again today. It is 36 degrees currently in Flagstaff, which is cold because yesterday when I was in the desert it was 91. I do still have my Puma flippy floppies on because they're super comfortable. Totally understand why people buy these now. Jet skis made it through the night without any problems. No issues, nobody seems like they've messed with them at all. All of our strappies are all good to go. Trailer's been checked, everything else is good to go, so it is time to head east. I'm gonna grab some diesel and do about 400 miles of unstopped driving because I need to make up some serious time. So first major city from here is gonna be Albuquerque. So that's probably gonna be the end of the mountains. Not gonna see many of those anymore. Whatever. Here we go. It sure is amazing how much difference a couple of 100 miles make in fuel prices. So we were in Lake Tahoe, which is granted a little bit of a foo-foo kind of place. But diesel up there was anywhere from $4.79 to $5.50 a gallon. Out here in Flagstaff, Arizona, diesel
you could just pay for that with Speedy Rewards.
is $2.99 a gallon. Sweet! That makes this drive a little bit less expensive. In other news, the prize for worst windshield squeegees in existence go to the Speedway in East Flagstaff. It literally squeegees like a half of the thing. Fantastic. Yeah, that looks great. Good, nice and clean. That's beautiful. That's real nice. 40 eastbound. Next stop, Albuquerque. Make our way across the rest of Arizona and all of New Mexico today. And yes, those are gates that can be shut across the interstate. As you can see, I've taken off my hoodie. It is now riding passenger because the temperatures change out here very, very quickly. We are now into the 50s in northern Arizona, and it's on its way into the 80s, which means I probably need to change out of my jeans again. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, as we discussed yesterday, when you're doing one of these drives across these huge expanses of the desert in the west, service stops are important, much more so than when you're in the east and you can find gas every 10-15 miles at worst most of the time. Out here it can be 50, 60, 70, 100 miles before you run into another fuel pump or food or anything along those lines. So when you're doing these kind of trips, you need to plan ahead considerably more than you do when you're just normally in a civilized area. The last thing you want to do is run out of fuel 50 miles from the nearest gas station and be at the mercy of the side of the road. And I certainly don't want to have that experience personally. Knock on wood. Anywho's, passing Meteor City, which is interesting. There's a thing there. There's a thing there. Yeah, so that's an exit. Not a lot to see there. Not a lot to do. But, hey man, welcome to the deserts of Arizona. One of the biggest challenges about these drives is fighting boredom. It's quite boring. In order to do that, sometimes you gotta jam out. When it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. I can never hear this song without seeing the John Travolta version of this. If you've never seen it, watch this. This is a little town of Hipco in northern Arizona, and we are in Navajo County. See a lot of Indian stuff, Native American stuff. Pretty wild that this is country that people have lived in for greater than 1,000 years. Without any major technology, without any kind of agriculture or ability to move water around or plant and grow crops. I mean, this is just not an area that you could imagine is an easy place to live. Even in modern world, the people that live out here are considerably rougher and tougher than most you city folk. This is not an environment that most people would consider comfortable. But the Navajo Nation has lived out here for a very, very, very long time. No, it doesn't look like it, but we are currently smack dab in the Petrified Forest National Park. Technically speaking, we are currently in it. I'm guessing most of it is off the interstate. I don't know about you, but I don't see a lot of forest. Petrified or otherwise. to New Mexico. Goodbye, Arizona. Well, I missed it because I was talking on the phone, but look at that, 5 miles. 5 miles, not really true. In this case, that's 4,005 miles on this trip so far. And we just crossed into New Mexico. So, have a long way left to go. I'm guessing by the time we finish this trip, we're gonna be in the 5,500 mile range, somewhere in that range. Provided I don't get detoured or detour myself. But we're making good time. Nice thing about this middle of nowhere, sorry, I'll stop calling it middle of nowhere. Nice thing about this sparsely populated area of interesting geography is you don't have a whole lot of traffic problems, so you can make pretty good time. We're hanging in there right at around the speed limit the whole way across, and yeah, no big deal. We got a little bit of road construction in tiny little chunks that knocked us down to 65 miles an hour for 2 or 3 miles, but nothing serious. Unlike Utah, where you guys just decide to randomly have, in Colorado, we just randomly have road construction all over the place. Yay, New Mexico and Arizona. Good job. Well, welcome to Albuquerque. That's a beautiful view. I do love cities where you drop down into them from the outside. The skyline is just so much prettier. It's always more dramatic when you just come upon the city versus you just gotta roll up on it. Pumpkin chunkin' competition. Good old American fun right there. Traveler's note while driving through Albuquerque and the area around it. 95.1, awesome hip-hop radio station of 80s and 90s hip-hop. I've just jammed out for like the last 25 minutes on stuff I haven't heard in a long time. Since like the cassette days and beginnings of CDs. Very cool station. So 95.1, Albuquerque area, good music. A pit stop in Santa Rosa was a success. Very nice little stop for some fuel, a little bit of quick grub, and they have a Dairy Queen out here in the middle of the desert, which is a little odd, but I guess not that odd because I did see a Culver's sign in Phoenix, which is really weird given that's a northern thing. Wisconsin cheese curds and that sort of thing. Fantastic restaurant, by the way. Most important part of the stop is Snickerdoodle Blizzard. That kid's happy. So, anyway, 400 more miles to go. Got a new tank of fuel. Let's see if we can get across Texas, shall we? Yippee-ki-yay. Initial review. Yep. Ability to get Snickerdoodle ice cream in the middle of the desert in New Mexico makes the trip better. It is about 4:30. I am trucking across northeastern New Mexico, about 2 hours west of Amarillo, Texas. And the sun is starting to set behind me, which is pretty, but a bit annoying, because it's in my mirrors. But that's what you bring sunglasses for. Again, if you didn't pay attention to me telling you before, if you're going on a road trip, especially if you're going east or west, always pack sunglasses. Nothing sucks more than when you're driving for hours with the sun in your eyes. It will make you tired fast. Well, New Mexico, thank you for the lovely weather and the beautiful views. Absolutely stunning sunset. Couldn't be happier. It was a good drive. No problems at all. So thank you very much, New Mexico. The people of New Mexico, the very few I actually did meet, very nice people. So, about to cross into Tejas. At least the little bitty tiny piece of Tejas. The nice thing is going across 40 is you go across Amarillo. That's about it. Just on the very tip top of Texas. If you ever go across Texas in the middle, you'll be there a long time. I'll be there just a couple of hours. But we're going to probably push on through that tonight as well. The sun is just now setting, so it's about 5 o'clock here. I need to make a little bit more progress before I call it a night. Man, what a gorgeous sunset. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. Potential problem here. My GPS is saying that I-40 East is closed. And we're rerouting somewhere. And there's a sign. Fantastic. Okay. Well, another adventure. Who knows? Hopefully this is a little small detour. I'm already behind schedule. We'll see. Oh, it looks like road work. So maybe this is something actually planned. Just the left lane? Or is it the whole interstate closed? The sign says left lane closed. The other sign said I-40 closed. Road closed 1,000 feet ahead. Okay. So apparently we are rerouting onto this little tiny road. Hopefully not for a very long way. I-40 West and I-40 East, both detouring this way. Okay. And the car in front of me just kept on going. And another vehicle just keeps on going. Maybe this is a... Okay, so it had me ramp off and then back on. What in the world? Okay. And road work. So, I don't know. You got me on that one. You got me on that one. New Mexico. I don't know what the heck that was all about, but I ramped off and ran back on. Whatever. Should be very shortly into Texas. Rio is just ahead, which is just across the New Mexico-Texas border. Should see the Welcome to Texas sign here shortly. I don't know what's going on. These signs say detour for 40 West. And there's no way they're rerouting these people back onto 40 East to go west. There's no way. So I don't know what these signs mean. Somebody's just having fun with us. You are now leaving New Mexico, the land of enchantment. Thank you, New Mexico. It's been a good time. I've enjoyed driving all the way across you. I've also entered the Central Time Zone, which means I just lost an hour. Yippee! And exit number 0. Odd. Hey, look at there. Welcome to Texas. Alright, so we've got a couple of 100 miles across Texas. In the middle of that couple 100 miles is Amarillo. And onward towards Oklahoma City. Welcome to Texas, where apparently we're back in a dead zone in radio. Oh! West of Amarillo. Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch. Hey, 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 hey! Here's something I find very interesting. We're in Texas, which is, if you know anything about the economy of the United States, a very oil-centric economy. They're a big oil-producing state. And yet, I am completely and totally surrounded by little blinky red lights that are windmills. Absolutely tons of them. And I don't think I recall seeing a single one in Arizona or New Mexico. Very interesting. Kudos to you, Texas. Now, I did see quite a bit of solar power in Arizona and New Mexico, which makes sense because they're both extremely sunny states. So, kudos to you guys for doing that. Well done. But anybody want to explain to me why I don't see any wind farms or massive solar arrays in New Mexico or Arizona? Or is it just they're off my beaten path? They're there and I don't see them. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Amarillo, Texas. This looks like just about any other American city. Lots of shopping, restaurants, apartments. Nothing super exciting to look at. That's kind of fun. I think this is the Westgate area. I heard on the radio they're having some Santa visitation here shortly. One of the best parts about being in Texas, fuel prices. Real attractive. Regular, I just passed the Travel America. $2.29 a gallon. $2.69 a gallon for diesel. $2.69 a gallon for diesel. In case you don't want to refer back to the other video from when we were in Lake Tahoe, here's what the prices were in Tahoe. Yeah. No wonder everybody in Texas has really big fun and fuel inefficient vehicles. I would too. God bless Texas. All right, Oklahoma, we were getting along pretty well for the first 35 miles or so. Then we had a left lane closure construction zone where nobody's actually doing anything, which cut us down from 70 to 55 for a couple of miles. Now, if you look and see, I'm currently in a construction zone. Left lane closed, 55 miles an hour instead of 70. And there sure doesn't seem to be a whole lot going on in that left-hand lane. But the last little area I went through that was a construction zone had a policeman hiding in it. And I wonder if he's there just maybe because it's double the fine when you get caught in a construction zone. Not seeing a lot of construction work going on, guys. Okay, now this is an adorably little cute town. So I'm gonna call it quits a little bit before Oklahoma City. I'm getting a bit tired. It's been a kind of a long day, and I have something I want to do tomorrow morning that requires me to be in Oklahoma City. So when I get through Weatherford, I'm gonna get to my little hotel room, crash the night, get up tomorrow and have another long haul day. Another long day wrapped up. Left Flagstaff, Arizona this morning. For the end of the night, we're going to be in Weatherford, Oklahoma, which is about an hour west of Oklahoma City. Truck's doing well. 6-liter powering right along. And the jet skis are doing fine. No problems whatsoever. Did go over a couple of bumps that I think these things got a little bit of air on them. But no big deal. Everything's good. Everything's locked down. Straps are all still great. No problems with that. Everything is good. So, tomorrow morning will be 7 days from leaving Columbus, and it's been a hell of an adventure. Getting across 40 to the Nashville area tomorrow, and then Wednesday morning get up and head up from Nashville, Knoxville to Columbus. So, journey's almost finished. Still have more than 1,000 miles left to go, but it's almost finished. hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. I know this day has been mostly driving. Hopefully you watched it. It's not exactly the most enjoyable experience driving all the way across the country like this, but I wanted to document it, show you guys what it's all about. So, like I said, hope you enjoyed it. If not, sorry. As always, click that subscribe button, drop us a comment, let us know what you think. All the road construction stuff, if you guys are road construction folk, let me know what you think. Always like to know. I know I complain about it some. It's near and dear to my heart, complaining about road construction. Sorry. And as always, click on that like button because it makes us feel more wanted. Anyways, I'm gonna get some sleep and we'll start this journey again tomorrow morning. We'll see you in the next video.